Thanks for checking out my micro drawings channel. Here's a pencil, Copic multiliner 0.03 and a quarter for scale. Today I will be drawing Snoopy on a tent. Figured it's camping season, so might as well get Snoopy on a tent. Laying on top, of course, because why would you sleep in the tent? So usually I start with a facial feature. Initially, I tried starting this one by drawing the tent, and then I drew the legs and was working back to the face, and I got his face wrong. So it was a good reminder that I should start with the facial features. That's the part that matters most in terms of things being recognizable for people. You know, if you get the face wrong on Snoopy, it's just not going to look quite right. So, or if it's Calvin and Hobbes, or if it's Fortnite character, or, you know, Flintstone character, whatever it is. At any rate, here's Snoopy. Got his face done, his nose on top, his eyes, or eye, and then his ear hanging over the side. And then I'm drawing the top of the tent plus bottom of his body laying on the tent. So there's his hand or his paw. And then from there, I'm just kind of using the initial head as the base, get his tummy in there. And then I'm drawing down his legs laying on top, and his foot, and the far foot. You just see a little sliver of it. And then adding his little toes. And there I continue to extend the tent out. And then just adjusting the position, the approach that I had the Copic multiliner 0.03 black pen going. And there's an extra support string tethered down in the ground, and another one to the other side. And then I'm working on putting the bottom of the tent in. There's a middle stake and little grass. Kind of create a little scene here. Instead of just Snoopy, we've got his tent pounded into the grass. Those stakes at each of the corner keeping them together. And there I'm just adding some random blades of grass around. Again, thanks for checking out the channel. Please consider subscribing and sharing with other people if you know someone who might like to check out these micro drawings. Here's the Copic sketch marker I use for coloring. I use the fine tip side of that. There's a quarter and pencil for reference again, so you can see how small that is. And I use the Copic sketch markers. They're alcohol based. You can blend them together. On this picture, I'm not really blending anything together. I'm just going to color the tent in a darker green and then the ground a lighter green. But on some other characters, I do blend a little bit more. On the Fortnite characters I draw, I really try to get the extra detail because they are a comic character, but yet they're a lot more realistic looking than Snoopy or Calvin and Hobbes or the Flintstones, for example. So here I'm just laying that in. I'm using that fine tip just up to the black line or a little short of it. Here I'm rotating the paper so I can work that point right up to the edge. Actually, I leave it a little short, allowing for a little bleed there. And so there's his dark green tent in there. And then next I'm going to put a quarterback here for reference so you can see how little that is. And then I'm getting my green grass, more of a lime green, yellow green that's going in there. And sorry, it got out of focus here. It focused on my marker instead of the drawing itself, so it'll come back in focus in just a second. So I'm just lightly putting that in. I'm leaving some white just for interest, I guess, instead of being solid. There, he's back in focus. And then putting today's date, July 12th of 2020. Again, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. Please consider subscribing.